Shalom. So today we're going to look at Ecclesiasticus 37 and verse 8. It says, Beware of a counselor, and know before what need he hath, for he will counsel for himself, lest he cast the lot upon thee. Now, a lot of people like to go seek counsel outside of their relationships, right? And not saying it's 100% a bad thing, but the thing is, when you're having relational problems and you go to seek counsel absent the approval of your husband, this can be problematic. Also, with whom you seek the counsel, right? It's normal to go to the opposite sex. Why? Why a woman would want to go seek counsel about the relationship problems or about her husband to other men? Why is it that she does not have the urge to go to a group of elder women who are married and established in their righteous marriage? Why? Why is it that, okay, you want to seek counsel from this man? Why is it that you don't go in the presence of your husband? How you made that decision by yourself? Why you don't go to the elders of your congregation together? Why you don't go to other women? You know why? Because if you go to other women, they're not going to make you feel the way other men will make you feel. Some men will know that you are wrong, or you contributed to some part of the problem that led to whatever the situation is now. For example, you go speaking to a man about your man that, oh, he did this, he did that. Did he just do it out of nothing? You see, a wise man will ask these questions because we're not stupid, right? You cannot come and tell me that the man is doing this, that. It must be a reaction to something you did, something you say, or whatever. No, you go to these men because they won't make you feel guilty for what you should feel guilty about. They won't make you feel responsible for what you should be responsible about. You go to these men so you don't have to deal with accountability. You just want someone to listen to your sad story, a story where you are the victim, when in actuality sometimes you are the very problem. Why is it so difficult for you women to go seek counsel with your partner? Or if you're gonna do it by yourself, why you don't go to other women? Why you don't try to find solace in the company of your own gender? Why is it always the opposite gender? And not only that, right? Why it's always at a specific time, a specific hour, usually of the night, not during the day, not in the broad daylight? Why is it not in an open place? Why is it always secluded? Why is it not over a cup of coffee or a bottle of water? Why is it always over some form of alcoholic beverages? Isn't that questionable? So guess what? You already know what you are going to do. Matter of fact, even if you don't know, the darkness inside of you knows exactly what it is going to manifest. This is why you end up going to those counselors that you go to, because that darkness knows exactly where to go to find the matching darkness to destroy your union. So now guess what happens? All those problems you talk about your partner to this other man or these other men, guess what? Now you added more problems worse than what you were dealing with. So now you're dealing with adultery. No, the thing is, do you have the same courage? The same courage you had to go to them about your husband? Do you have that same courage to go back to your husband that you did that with the men you were counseling with? No, the darkness likes to stay in the dark, right? That's it. Because guess what? You went to seek counsel from men that you don't know, meaning you don't know their heart, you don't know their intentions. A lot of these men that you are counseling with, guess what? They have a lot of resentment and bitterness for women. A lot of them didn't have a good relationship with their mothers or their siblings, their sisters. A lot of them had um, hurt from previous relationships too. So they too have a fixed concept about women. It doesn't matter how they appear, whether with the Bible, whether seem to be conscious of reality. It doesn't take away that fact. A lot of these same men that you counsel with, you don't even take the time out to find out if these men envy your husband. So what type of counsel do you expect to get from a man that envies your husband? That would want to be in his shoe? Really? It says, and say unto thee, thy way is good, and afterwards he stand on the other side to see what shall befall. Because they know that the counsel they are giving you, right, is going to fail. It's going to create more problems. It's going to keep you running back to them. It's just like you have a certain sickness. No, you did not speak to your husband about it. You go straight to the doctor, right? No, you think the doctor's intention is to cure your illness? No, it's a way to keep you coming back. So it might sound good, it might make you feel good to hear it, but in reality, no, it's gonna fail. So it's no different with this type of counselor. You didn't take the time out to see what was in it for him or them, why they were helping you. Were they helping you for your own good, for the betterment of your relationship, so that you two can fix a relationship that you are secretly counseling with other men and your husband don't know about it? Really? That's very problematic. You have to learn to reverence your husband above everyone. If there are disagreements, you have to work it out. If it's too much, then you can go counsel together with someone else, a trusted person, whether it be your elder or an elder person in the community or whatever it is. But you both have to do it together. Not this one going to the opposite gender, this one going to the opposite gender, and that's gossiping. If you come here talking to other women about your wife, that's gossiping. If you do this with other men about your husband, that's gossiping. It's okay to have disagreements. It is not okay to talk about the other person's shortcomings, especially with other people that he or she doesn't approve of. We see this too often. I'm not talking about relationships of the world. I'm talking about people who are following the Most High. or at least claim to be. How many times you do this? How many times you call it mistakes? How can something be mistake if you have a tendency of doing it? You do it 5, 6, 7 times. How is it a mistake? Usually, if you do something one time, you say it's a mistake. But how repeating that same thing is a mistake? How something you planned or intended to do can be a mistake? A mistake if something happened accidentally or absent intention. Like if I'm moving my hands and I hit something there, that's different. But if I set my mind and this is what I'm gonna do and I do it, how can it be a mistake? A lot of you people are going out having sex and call it a mistake. Stop doing that. Stop running away from the responsibility or the accountability of your actions. A lot of men cannot bear to see functional relationships. So you go see counsel with these people, they give you all types of madness. Not because they come with the Bible, not because they come with beard or fringes or they come under a certain label. It doesn't mean that they're following the Most High. It doesn't mean that they're using the law or the principles of this wisdom to counsel their relationships. They're not using the judgment of the Most High. They're using their own judgments. They don't even have the ability to discern enough to see that something is wrong if she has her man and she keeps coming to you about this man and you never get to hear this side of story from the art. This man doesn't even approve her coming to, the man doesn't even know that she is counseling with you. And you know what a lot of women like to use? Oh, my man doesn't listen. That's what Satan wants to hear. That's what the spiritual enemy wants to hear. That's what he wants you to believe. So guess what? The fact that he doesn't listen, no, this entity has a legal right to take over your temple to find someone that will listen. Guess what? And say unto thee, thy way is good. You're not wrong. He is wrong for not listening. You have all right to do what you're doing. You are the victim. He is responsible for all of this. That's the type of counsel you're going to go to. Not you, but the spirit inside of you. That spirit of darkness is going to lead you to those very counsel that is there to destroy your union. And not only that, to prey upon you as well. Because guess what? You had all your rights in the beginning and then you throw it away. Now you committed adultery. Counseling with somebody about your husband that you don't know if the person envies your husband, wants to be with you, thinking that it should have been him that is with you. You don't take the time out to find these things out because that darkness, right? You need to know what is in what for a person, why they choose to help you, why they always give a listening ear, why they never told you you are wrong. And even if they should, they tell you in a way that you don't even feel the guilt of being wrong. You don't feel as if it's something to feel remorse about. That is the reason why a lot of you don't counsel with women. Because the women will be more straightforward because they don't have anything to gain. They're not looking for something from you. They don't need to be validating you. They'll just tell you, sister, pick yourself up, but you did this, you did that, then you're wrong for doing that. This is why he did this. The man Depends. Some men will not do that. They will listen to you playing the victim and they will pray upon it. Because it says, and say unto thee, thy way is good. And afterward he stand on the other side to see what shall befall thee. You see, he doesn't have to tell you directly to go and do this, this, that. But the seeds he plant here changes how you look at the entire situation. Matter of fact, you can do whatever wrong you want to do and you feel right just by whatever he planted in your head. It's not that Eve didn't know better, but that the serpent planted that doubt. And the moment you start to question what you already know by evidence, that's what he wants. You might be having some disagreements with your husband, but you know by evidence that he's not sleeping around. He's not doing all these things. You might have some little communication problem, but you know his integrity when it comes down to that. But no, that doubt is planted into your head. And you know what usually happens? You go manifest the very thing that you think he might be doing. Just for justification. Just to make you feel better. But really, does it? Now you're so angry at him. You're 10 times more bitter against him. Now you're also going to blame him for something that you did that he doesn't even know about. That's what happens. Stop seeking counsel outside your husband and stop seeking counsel absent the approval of your husband. A lot of men, they counsel out of 3 things: lust, desire, and envy. You have to learn to discern these things. Don't put yourself in positions for things to happen. And you have to also know when you're vulnerable. You have to know when you're at a weak point. Stop risking those things. Reverence your husband in all things. If the problem is that you two are dealing with is bigger than you both, then you can add the elder of your congregation or whoever it is, someone you can talk to, an elder in the community. And you see what you can do to improve. But don't take up matters in your own hands. Don't lean on your own understanding. Oh, I'm going to do it this way. The enemy is out there and he's just waiting. All right? Shalom.